Good morning and welcome with another Chat with Nat. Welcome to another. I think I said welcome with another. Either way, welcome. Johnny, we moved to Ventura in 2013 and then again in 2018. What was your top reason for moving to Ventura?
The awesome surf.
Really? That was it, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that was the main reason. I mean, you're an hour outside of LA. You know, you can get away from everything. Mm-hmm. And it's just a different community. It's a little bit more laid back lifestyle. And when you come home, you really want to just relax. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to feel the tension of the city. But people do like, living in the city and having that, that tension, that go. Mm-hmm. I remember visiting friends in New York and they just loved it. Let's go to, this restaurant for hors d'oeuvres. Let's go to this restaurant for drinks. Let's go to this different restaurant for dinner. Mm-hmm. I'm just more of a, one stop
pony.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Ventura does have a little bit of nightlife, but it's not anything like New York or LA.
No, and there's certain events that come in. So I really like that aspect. You go to the fairgrounds and you've got, crazy things like the X Games. You've got the surf rodeo. You've got concerts. I think there was a country concert this last weekend. Mm-hmm. So I really like that style of life where, you've got these events coming in, but it's not all the time. There's a little bit of break.
Yeah. It's not like the Staples Center. It's like booked every night.
No.
Yeah.
But the hiking is phenomenal. I like that break, that laid back lifestyle,
Some people that have moved up here say that this is kind of like San Diego before it got very populated, or
Makes sense.
It's like that beach community that is quintessential to California, but that's not become Malibu or Santa Monica where it's all built out and there's so many people. This is still, we still have a lot of single family homes and families that are living down by the beach. We still have, family oriented neighborhoods, and we don't have the film industry here. So even though there's a lot of people that work in film and drive to LA, we don't have these big executive type, mansions, McMansions as they call them in Studio City in Sherman Oaks. We were driving through an area of Sherman Oaks not that long ago, and you remarked, this is not how it ever looked before.
No, and I think you have a very diverse, widespread places that you could buy. You can buy the single family home, you can buy the condo, you can buy any of those, anything that you can get in the city. But the difference is you can buy the ranch. You can buy, places with a little bit more property where you want to have a little farm, and you can have a farm, and it's funny. It's like, minutes away from, everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're still only an hour drive to LA and only a half-hour drive or so to Santa Barbara. So even though you may be on a farm, it's not like you can't get to an airport or to a Costco, quickly.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's like there's a lot of people that come from Bakersfield, and Bakersfield is literally, 80 miles away. Mm-hmm. So it's really kind of, it's right in the hub, the center, but it's a beach community.
Yeah. What else do you love about Ventura?
Hiking's huge. Hiking is fantastic. I think we've lived in different places and hiked all over the place. From, Laurel Canyon in Los Angeles, or rather Studio City. And then we've been hiking up in Camelback in Arizona. Mm-hmm. Most places that we've lived, we've hiked. And the hiking here is just incredible. You have the ocean view, you have the hill view, and you get to see cows, and you get to see, just wonderful nature, streams going through your hike. So I would say, the beach is a huge thing. The hiking is a huge thing. And that's what somebody just asked me recently, is they're like, do you miss living, on the beach? Because recently, in December we moved, and It's so different. It's not a I miss this, because you're usually down at the beach just as much, or now you have this diverse. It's quiet up here where we're at, and then you go down to the beach.
Right. You have differing perspectives.
Sure.
You have the ability to have two different perspectives. Living down there, you're right. We were so close to the beach, but we were also so close to our neighbors. So I always joked that I would jump when my neighbors sneezed because it felt like they were right there.
Yeah, I would say exactly. One of the top things is the diversity, and you can get away from it all, or you can go to it, and it's not always happening, which is good. You get a break, Yeah. So, yeah, what are some other ones that you can think of?
Well, here's kind of an unknown, but Ventura is known for its thrift stores. And we're known within the community for having really great thrift stores, but you wouldn't necessarily find that anywhere, there's not blogs written about, come to Ventura for our thrift shops. At least I don't think so, but I feel like we need to start one, because the diversity of stuff that you could get at a thrift store is amazing. A lot of the best pieces I find in people's homes. Oh yeah, I bought that at the Coalition thrift store. Oh yeah, the Boys and Girls Club thrift store. Oh yeah, I bought it at the Goodwill. We just have such a diversity, and the majority of our thrift stores are, if not all of them, are usually raising money for charities. So we've got the Coalition, we've got the Boys and Girls Club, we've got Spark, we've got, the list goes on and on and on. And so when you're buying from these, or when you're donating to them, you know that not only are you helping the community at large, you're helping a specific organization, which I think is key. That's one thing that I really like about Ventura, is that you feel plugged into the nonprofits in town. When we lived in Burbank, it's such a huge city. You're hemmed in by all these other cities. I didn't really necessarily have a sense of the nonprofits in town, what charities were, events that were happening that were benefiting those. Here in Ventura, even not trying to be super plugged in, you are so aware of the things that are going on in and around your community, which I love. We have partnered, well, at least I have done one service day with Love Ventura, and that is, it's basically a nonprofit that partners with other nonprofits for large community days. So if you don't know a lot about any of these charities, you can come and volunteer at one of the citywide volunteer days, and you'll go and help a different organizations in the community. It's really cool. I threw a baby shower for women that were dealing with homelessness, and they had little babies, and it was so fun. We played games, we gave gifts. It was just an amazing time, and great opportunity to meet women in our community that are, working towards a better life for themselves and for their children. So
that one's huge. I mean, I think one of the other top things is exactly what you just mentioned, is community, and you really run into people all over the place, and that's why you really want to go out to the hiking, the shopping, and you run into people and you have these, great conversations, and pretty soon you're at the beach with them, pretty soon they're over your house, hanging out and having dinner in that community. So there definitely is that, that sense of community that comes with living in Ventura, and the kickback, lifestyle.
Well, and that's one reason that we moved up here, is that we could have an extra room for people to stay, to come and live and, have community with us, to have a bigger backyard so we could have people over. I mean, when we were down at the beach, it was wonderful, and we had a lot of people come over, but it was cramped. I mean, it's just a lot of people and a lot of things in a small space. This feels like it affords us the opportunity to have parties and, get together with people and really start to foster that sense of community even more so. So I'm really excited for what the summer holds. Johnny is on a mission to get this house finished by June 1st, and I'm on board, baby. I'm on board.
It will get finished by June 1st. But yeah, so let's go through that. I think there's one main kind of thread that kind of ties everything together, and it's the community aspect. I mean, even when you're thrifting, you're having these stories of the items that you're buying and the history that's coming with them. You're connecting to nature. So it's really Ventura, the top thing that I see is the connectivity with all of it. So you've got the beaches, you've got the hiking, you've got the people, you've got the community, the shopping. You also have what am I missing?
Well, I mean, with all those things come a plethora of activities that you can do. Like if you want to be outdoors and enjoy Southern California weather while doing activities, this is your place. I mean, the racket club, tennis, pickleball, you've got all the water sports, surfing, even stuff like, finding beach glass on, treasure hunting in that respect. A lot of people have their metal detectors out. You've got hiking and running. We've got marathons. You have, all the kids sports, there's not a weekend that you go by a park and it's empty. I mean, people are utilizing this open space, the parks, all the baseball fields and soccer fields. And it just is a very energetic community because we are, we're able to utilize the outdoors so much.
Yeah, and it's so interesting. I always come across something that I have not known about Ventura. I haven't even gone, deep sea fishing and a lot of these things that Ventura has to offer. I still haven't hit the Channel Islands, and it's.
I mean, I feel like I'm a little bit responsible for that because I suffer from severe motion sickness. So we haven't really decided as a family to go out there.
Nah, it's not going to stop me. It's just making the time and actually doing it. But what I really like is you can talk to people that are around Ventura and you can find out what their interests are. And a lot of the time you're like, wait a second, I didn't know that history of, those buildings and the architecture of some of these houses and, some of the interests, that people have that you may not share, but they have and they can share with you, so I think that's kind of huge. But I got to wrap it up because I got to do some, I'm going to be doing trims around doors today.
Oh, fun. Fun.
So lots of trimming around doors.
Yes, well, we'll let you go, but if you have questions about relocating to Ventura, California and what our favorite spots are, please reach out. I'm also a real estate agent, so if you need help buying a home here, I'm your girl. This is Natalie Oman with Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, California Properties, DRE 02085495, and my co-investor and husband, Johnny K.
Take care, guys.
Bye.